Imagine a boardroom in Detroit, or perhaps Wolfsburg, or even Tokyo. For decades, the mood in these rooms was comfortable. The legacy automakers knew the rules of the game. They knew how to build engines, they knew how to sell cars, and they knew who their competition was. But recently, the atmosphere has shifted. There's a palpable tension, a sense of unease that isn't coming from Tesla. Everyone saw Tesla coming. No, this new threat is different. It is quieter. It is vertically integrated in a way the automotive world hasn't seen since the days of Henry Ford, and it is coming from Shenzhen, China. We are talking about a company that has moved so fast and so aggressively that it has effectively forced the entire industry to rip up their 5-year plans and start over. They aren't just making electric vehicles, they are fundamentally rewriting the economics of how a car is built. This is the story of BYD, the company that has Elon Musk looking over his shoulder, and why their latest moves might just be the death knell for the internal combustion engine. To understand the sheer scale of what is happening right now, we have to look past the shiny press releases and go back to a time when electric cars were nothing more than a science experiment. The year was 1995. The internet was barely a concept for most people, and mobile phones were these massive, brick-like devices that cost a fortune. Enter Wang Chuanfu. He wasn't a car guy, he wasn't a manufacturing tycoon, he was a chemist, and that distinction is critical to everything that follows. Wang didn't look at the world and see cars, he saw batteries. He realized that the mobile revolution was coming, and every single one of those devices would need portable power. With just $300,000, a tiny sum in the world of manufacturing, and a small team of 20 people, he set up shop in Shenzhen. He didn't have the automated robotic arms or the clean rooms that the Japanese battery giants had. What he had was a relentless work ethic and a chemist's understanding of energy. BYD, which stands for Build Your Dreams, started by supplying batteries to the likes of Nokia and Motorola. By 2003, they had conquered the battery world. Most companies would have stopped there, happy with the profits. But Wang saw a bigger picture. He looked at the automotive industry and realized it was ripe for disruption. He did something that seemed insane at the time. He bought a failing state-owned car manufacturer called Kinchuan Automobile. The market hated the move. Investors thought he was crazy. Why would a successful battery company want to get its hands dirty in the low-margin, high-stress world of car manufacturing? But they were missing the point. Wang wasn't trying to build a better gas car. He was playing the long game. He knew that eventually cars would become nothing more than big batteries on wheels. And since he already mastered the battery, he just needed to learn how to build the chassis. This foresight is what caught the eye of the Oracle of Omaha. In 2008, in the middle of a global financial crisis, Berkshire Hathaway stepped in and dropped $230 million for a 10% stake in BYD. It was a shock to Wall Street. Buffett famously avoids technology stocks, and he rarely invests outside of businesses he deeply understands. But his partner, Charlie Munger, saw something in Wang Chuanfu. Munger later described Wang as a combination of Thomas Edison and Jack Welch, someone who could invent like a genius and get things done like a master operator. That investment wasn't just cash. It was a seal of approval that put BYD on the global map. Armed with that capital and credibility, BYD began a ruthless expansion. But here is the secret sauce, the one thing that truly separates them from Volkswagen, Ford, and even Tesla. It is called vertical integration. In the culinary world, it's the difference between a restaurant that orders frozen food from a supplier and a chef who grows their own vegetables and raises their own livestock. Most car companies are essentially assemblers. They buy the engine from one guy, the transmission from another, the seats from a third, and the electronics from a fourth. Then they bolt it all together. Tesla does more in-house than most, but even they rely on suppliers. BYD? They make almost everything. They manufacture their own chips. They build their own batteries. They stamp their own metal. They even own the lithium mines. When the global supply chain collapsed a few years ago and chips were scarce, other car makers halted production. BYD just kept building. This control allows them to iterate faster and, crucially, cut costs lower than anyone thought possible. This brings us to the technology that is currently terrifying the competition, the Super DMI hybrid system. For a long time, hybrids were the boring middle ground. They were efficient, sure, but they were uninspiring. BYD changed the math. At the heart of their system is the Xiaoyun 1.5-liter engine. Now getting technical for a second, the holy grail of engine design is thermal efficiency. Basically, how much of the gas you burn actually turns into motion versus how much is wasted as heat. Most standard gas engines struggle to hit 30% efficiency. The best hybrids from Toyota were pushing 40. BYD's engine hits a thermal efficiency of 43.04%. That is a staggering number. It means they are squeezing more energy out of every drop of fuel than almost anyone in history. But it's not just about the engine. The system is designed to run on electric power first. It flips the script. Instead of a gas engine assisted by a battery, it's an electric motor assisted by a gas generator. The result? You get a vehicle like the Song Plus DMI that consumes just 6 liters of fuel for every 100 kilometers, but still accelerates with the instant torque of an EV. It solves the biggest hurdle for new buyers, range anxiety. You get the silence and speed of an electric car, but if you want to drive across the country, you just fill up the tank. It is the perfect bridge technology, and it is flying off the shelves. But if the hybrid system is the bridge, the Blade battery is the destination. For years, the EV industry had a dirty little secret. Lithium-ion batteries were volatile. If you punctured one or if it got too hot, it could catch fire. And because of the way the cells were packed, tightly engaging with one another, a fire in one cell would spread to the next in a chain reaction. BYD went back to the drawing board. They moved away from the expensive, unstable nickel and cobalt chemistries that Tesla and others were using. They went back to lithium iron phosphate, or LFP. LFP is cheaper and safer, but traditionally it was heavy and didn't hold enough energy. BYD solved this with a structural innovation. They made the cells long and thin, like a blade. This increased the surface area for cooling, but more importantly, it made the battery pack itself incredibly strong. They demonstrated this with the now famous nail penetration test. They took a standard EV battery and drove a nail through it. It instantly heated up, smoked, and burst into flames. Then they did the same thing to the Blade battery. The nail went in and nothing happened. No fire, no smoke. The temperature barely rose. It was a mic drop moment for the industry. Suddenly, BYD had a battery that was safer, cheaper, and lasted longer than the competition. And because they make it themselves, they're not paying a premium to a supplier. This brings us to the inevitable comparison, BYD versus Tesla. It is the heavyweight title fight of the century. Tesla is the Silicon Valley darling, focused on software, autonomy, and brand prestige. They sell a lifestyle. BYD is the manufacturing juggernaut, focused on scale, hardware, and accessibility. Tesla wants to sell you the best car in the world. BYD wants to sell a car to everyone in the world. While Tesla dominates the luxury conversation in North America, BYD is winning the ground war everywhere else. In China, they are already outselling Tesla. Their price points are simply untouchable. You have vehicles like the BYD Seagull selling for under $12,000. There is no Western automaker that can even come close to building a functional electric car at that price, let alone a profitable one. And they aren't just staying in the budget lane. Look at the Han L or the Tang L. These are luxury vehicles designed to go toe-to-toe with the Mercedes EQS and the Tesla Model S. The Han L features a 945-volt electrical architecture. For context, most EVs run on 400 volts. Higher voltage means faster charging and better efficiency. We're talking about charging from 16% to 80% in 10 minutes. They've also engineered it to work in extreme cold, charging efficiently even at minus 30 degrees Celsius. That destroys the argument that EVs can't handle winter. The global expansion plan is already in motion, and it is aggressive. BYD is building factories in Thailand, Brazil, Hungary, and eyeing Mexico. They are bypassing trade barriers by becoming a local manufacturer in every region they enter. In the US, they used a Trojan horse strategy.